Hey everybody, I'm Bubby. Let's build a train. I think you might recognize this train, and it's just about to pull into the station here any second now. So let's see if we can't go ahead and build this locomotive. Alright, so to start, we're going to choose a bogey. We want to choose the large create styled 060 bogey. We'll just plop that down right there. And then we're going to move into placing down our base. We want our base to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We want our base to be 8 blocks. So let's come out to there. And we're going to go ahead and just wrap this around. You want to make sure that the rear of the locomotive is hanging out by at least 2 blocks. Like that. So that way you've got a little bit of an overhang for the cab and everything kind of works out the way it needs to. We'll place a full block right there. That's going to be the ladder to get us up into the cab. Now, I've never done a tutorial like this, so I apologize if I seem nervous. I don't think I've ever done any sort of a building tutorial on YouTube or anywhere before. So, bear with me, please. Alright. So anyway, moving back along, we're going to start our work on the front of the locomotive now. We're going to place down 4 copycat slabs. And I've got the tooltips on so you can kind of see what mods I'm using. If you want an actual mod list of the mods that I'm using, that's fine. I can try to come up with a list of things, but I would say just check the tooltips. But really, any block that's going to be the color white, or really anything that's going to work as far as the colors that we're going to do and the shapes that we're going to be using, I would say, just kind of make Thomas your own. Do what you think is going to be the best, so to speak. So we're going to add our headstocks. We're going to add our buffers and our couplers. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to start work on a little bit of the cab that we've got. Let's do that. We're going to create a temporary block here to go ahead and add on the back of things. Actually, no, we want that temporary block to come back up once again. So we want to go like this. So we've got that temporary block there. And then we're going to go ahead and just leave that temporary block there for a second. We'll go ahead and push this across to make another temporary block here. Temporary. And temporary. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to decorate the front of the locomotive. So those are going to be the little details that you see on the front. We're going to place down this iron support wedge. That's going to represent the headlight on the front of the locomotive. And then now that we've got all of our copycats and everything done with, we'll clear our hotbar and we're going to start work on the boiler. And let's load up our color palette here. And let's go ahead and grab one of these. Let's grab that. And let's grab that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get rid of these temporary blocks. So we're going to put those guys there. Just like that. And then we can go ahead and get rid of our temporary blocks. There's a good chance that we'll need them again in the future, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and just get rid of them. So we're going to color, our front two are going to be the light blue brass wrapped loco metal. And then we want to go like that. The copper wrapped loco metal. The back of our locomotive is going to be like that. And then we want to go like that. Underneath the front of the boiler, rather. We'll go like this. And then we're going to place down the front boiler, the middle boilers there, and then we're going to kind of start to build the ever so familiar shape of our little blue friend here. Whoops. And we want to go copycat like that. And, you know, like Bob Ross says, we don't make mistakes, but we have happy little accidents. So we're going to continue to make happy little accidents, most likely. See, we're going to add those copycat panels there to be able to connect the, have the connected texture wrap forward like that. So we've got that, and then let's go ahead and grab us the, what is this called? The red loco metal pillar. And we're just going to continue the rivets down the sides. For the front buffers and the coupler, you can do whatever design you want. This is what I like to do, where it's the front of the pillar like this, and then the sides of the pillar on the sides there. And I'm just right-clicking to select the different image. It automatically links the textures together like that. So there we've got our buffer beams. And you know what? We're going to do some red dye as well, because you can actually dye the buffers red. So let's go red like that. And let's grab a wrench so that you can right click that to change its shape to the front of the boiler. Let's fill in our copycat slices with some black loco metal. And then let's go ahead and grab a copycat slab. Put those there. And we're going to do the copper wrapped loco metal on that as well. And then we're going to clear out our hotbar again. Let's work on some details now. Okay, so for starters, oh yeah. Actually, no, we're not going to use the slab. You can use a slab up here to represent the coal pile, but I'm actually going to do something a little bit cooler. And you know what? We'll build the roof too, since we've got the layers. So by right-clicking the layer, you make different pile sizes for the coal in the little miniature coal bunker you've just created. And then, so now what we're going to do is we are going to lay down some temporary blocks again so we can build the roof. What we're going to do is we're going to do a level 1 layer on the sides and a level 2 layer right in the middle. And then what we're going to do now is we are going to grab our roof details and let's do some chiseled deep slate on the outside and some deep slate tiles in the middle. So we've got ourselves a roof. We are almost done. Let's add some controls to the inside here. So we want to place our train controls right in the middle. If you're going to be driving this primarily and you want maybe a seat for a friend, then you can do this setup here in the cab. If you're going to have a conductor drive the locomotive for you, like I have over in that Thomas over there, then you would just put a seat right here in the middle. For this demonstration purpose, we're just going to leave this seat out, and we're just going to do the 2 seats there. And I do need to grab the Copycat panel. And you know what, actually, let's grab the ladder. You can use whatever color ladder you want. I'm just going to use the industrial iron ladder, whatever's going to work to fit there. I like these because they loop over like that, but there's a bunch of other create ladders that do that as well. So, all right, for the inside, to help get rid of the Z fighting, what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to place a gauge right there, the outer gauge from Dave's Building Extended. That's also where the white slabs are coming from as well. I just like the almost cartoonish look of the muted colors in Dave's Building Extended. They're really neat. We're going to build up the rest of the front of the locomotive here. Add our 2 windows. Add our 3 colors. That's going to help get rid of even more Z fighting. You can do that to make it look like there's pipes, or you can apparently remove a block or something. I don't know what I just did, but I don't see anything different, so I think we're good. That's our cab completed. You can add stuff like lights and everything to the bottom of those layers. That won't hurt. We're going to take a brewing stand, place that brewing stand right there. That's going to look like the little whistles that go peep peep for Thomas. We are going to remove those, and let's grab our Copycat beam, and we're going to grab our coal burner smokestack. So our Copycat beam is going to go right there. So that way we have that nice in the middle effect, just like you'll see on a photograph of Thomas, his little stubby boiler, bobble, whatever you want to call it. It's right in between 2 red stripes. So there we go. We've got that. Oh yeah, we need to fix this as well. We'll do that in a second. We're going to add 1 beam there and place the smokestack on top of it. We're going to turn off the smokestack real quick by right-clicking it. We're going to grab a loco metal smoke box for blue, and we're going to do the same thing for black. What we want to do is we want to keep right-clicking with the texture until we have just the plain texture like that. So for the boiler, bobble, whatever you want to call it, you can make it look like that, or you can make it look like that. I like it either way, doesn't matter. But the cool part about the smokestack is you can actually lay the texture down like that, and it has this neat connecting effect, but it also has this neat effect where there's not really any texture up there. So I like it. We're going to go ahead and re-grab the riveted loco metal, and we will replace this block and this block, and that's going to give you a nice striping effect. And we will replace this block and this block to give you a nice striping effect. I like how the boiler textures connect with the loco metal blocks. And we are almost done. So the only thing we have left to do actually is just glue it together and create a locomotive. But why don't we go ahead and throw in a coach as well. So there's our Annie. And here comes our Clarabelle. There we go. So now what you want to do is to glue your locomotive. The best way to glue is to just place a block right here on the buffer. So that way the block is attached to the locomotive. And then you want to place a block right there. So that way it is on the maximum height. It's going to get that smokestack and you're going to be still attached. One other thing that you can do, one other minor little detail, you can grab some slices if you have the mod. And we'll just go ahead and extend Thomas's roof just a little bit more. We're going to grab those slices again because I was a knucklehead and got rid of them. There we go. So we've just extended Thomas's cab, made it look a little bit more full, so to speak. And then by adding that slice there, we now are effectively attached to the black loco metal smoke box. So we want to go ahead and grab our glue again. We'll start the glue stream from here to here. And then you'll see that that's effectively glued everything together. Another way to check is to hold down the left shift button. That's what it is for me. You hold down the left shift button and then it's going to show you what pieces are glued to your locomotive. So once you're done applying the glue, you'll just delete the two placement blocks that you've got there. And then you can go ahead and right click and assemble your locomotive. So that is the how to build Thomas. And here is your parts list right here again. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. And at 500 likes, I'll release the schematic for Annie and Clarabelle. And if you absolutely want a schematic for Thomas here, then I'll do that as well. But thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, leave me a comment. It helps with the algorithm. And, share this with your friends. Subscribe, please. All that stuff. I appreciate you and have a great day. Bye.